Hey guys, Book of Eli here, back with another video. Now today I have been, I've been looking for reviews of the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood movie, best movie of 2019 to me. And I watched quite a few of Beyond the Trailers videos, and I came across that one a few days ago, so I wanted to make a response. Since, she reviewed the movie, and we usually disagree. we usually disagree on movies, and same thing happened here. So she starts off the review by saying that women are crazy, and that she is not too sensitive, and that most people say that she is, which she is, because she doesn't look at a movie at how good the movie is, but at its political view. And this movie is a revenge movie. By the way, there might be spoilers, cause Charles Manson was a real killer, and Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio, mainly Brad Pitt though, just kill all three of them with a flamethrower and the help with a pit bull, a can of dog food, and I don't know, did I say flamethrower? But that's how they kill him. And it should be a female revenge movie. And she says that Sharon Tate is the main character. But she's not. She's just there to tie everything together. This is a buddy movie between Rick Dalton and Cliff Booth, Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. This isn't a Margot Robbie Sharon Tate movie. This is just what ties the story together. But then later on she claims that it's Brad Pitt's movie. So whose is it? Sharon Tate's or Cliff Booth's? Whose movie is it, and whose movie should it have been? So, and later on she talks about objectifying women, but then she talks about how good-looking Brad Pitt is when he takes off his shirt on the roof of some house. So technically that's objectifying Brad Pitt. What? Don't worry, Brad, I'm sticking up for you, because this behavior is not allowed. Objectification, we're done with it. Done! And then she talks about disrespecting Bruce Lee because Brad Pitt beat him with such ease. You do realize that they chose Bruce Lee for a reason. They didn't just pick off some guy on the street and went, hey, you fight Brad Pitt. No, they picked Bruce Lee because some people think he's the best fighter of all time. Cliff Booth doesn't. That's kind of what starts the whole confrontation. But they chose him for a reason. Just to show off how powerful Cliff Booth is, and how much of a good fighter he is, and how there's no fear for Cliff Booth. And then you talk about Bruce Lee's sounds that he makes when he's fighting. When my mom has has seen Bruce Lee movies, and just it's not laughable when he makes those noises, because they put music over it, some epic fight scene music. So otherwise, you remove that music, you get the same outcome. This movie's just better quality, and he's not the main character. And the movie doesn't like women. Okay. Okay. She goes on to talk about some young actress, working on that Western movie that he's in. And Rick Dalton starts to almost cry, and she goes down and tries to comfort him by going on like her knees and holding her hand on her knee, on his knee, and saying, "It's okay, stop crying, it's a book," sort of thing, except in a nice way. So I don't see anything wrong with that. Hey, it's okay, no need to cry. What? She will not take a stand for it. It's gone too far. It's gone too far. You crossed the line there. Jesus. Also, then earlier on, she's also sorry, need to backtrack for a second. She talks about women snoring also, and I don't see what's wrong with that. She claims that every scene of a lady sleeping is them snoring. I have a problem with that because there's 3 scenes of these people snoring, all women. There's not one man sleeping in this movie, and only 2 of them have snoring in it. Why didn't you mention the 3rd scene? We need to focus on the 3rd scene. The end of the movie. There's Rick Dalton's wife is sleeping and she's not snoring. Why didn't you mention that? The other one, if you sleep on your back, there's a higher chance of you snoring than you sleeping on your stomach, on your front. So she was sleeping on a plane. She's sitting in a chair like this. She's probably gonna snore. So she's not a snorer since when she's sleeping in the bed, there's no snoring. She doesn't snore. And Margot Robbie's character, Sharon Tate snoring, you never met her. She could have snored. You don't know. I don't know. So that doesn't matter. And Dirty Feet, well, it's a hippie. So I don't know what you want from a hippie that doesn't wear shoes and walks around on the street with bare feet. And then you want Sharon Tate to have clean feet. Who's to say that she wasn't gardening before she went to see her own movie? Who's to say that, I mean, she was barefoot in a movie theater. A dirty movie theater, putting her feet up on a chair. I don't know what you're expecting. A dirty movie theater where people with their shoes like step on everything. Some people put their shoes up on the chair. So, yes, she's gonna have dirty feet in a dirty area. I don't see the problem with that. And how did Rick... Okay. Cliff Booth's wife was killed. And she goes on to say that it was definitely Brad Pitt. You don't see 110% of the scene, so you don't know that it's true. Here's the thing. You didn't see any of the murder. She could have drowned. She had like a freaking beer or margarita or whatever. She could have drank a bit, gotten drunk, slipped out of the boat, and broke her neck. She could have been shot with a harpoon. They never said that she was shot with a harpoon. They never said... I mean, it's ridiculous. And, why didn't Rick Dalton defend Cliff Booth when they talk about him killing his wife? Because he wasn't there. He can't say that that definitely never happened, because in the freaking flashback, you don't see Rick Dalton standing in the corner of the boat going, I'm going to make sure nobody kills anybody here. He wasn't there. And also, she brings up the fact that it's okay to fight back if you're trying to defend yourself with your partner. Who's to say that he wasn't? She was calling him the worst person on the worst boat in the worst weather. And then who knows? Maybe she could have smashed the bottle against the side of the boat and tried to freaking stab Cliff Booth, and then he just went full Cliff Booth at the end of the movie. So, who's to say that didn't happen? And also, why did you call the stunt coordinator a shrew? Like, complaining a lot? Because, if I was old enough to drive, and I had a problem with someone, and I just really hated them, and then later on, I don't talk to them for a while, and they toss someone in the side of my car. Huge dent. I can't have anyone sit on the passenger seat. You think she's just gonna go, oh, it's okay. I'll get that repaired. It's fine. No, you're gonna get pretty freaking upset if someone tosses someone else inside of your car. Anybody. If you toss anybody inside of your car. Especially Bruce Lee, when he's one of the main characters of your show. He's not like some background guy. He's one of the main characters. So not only are you wrecking her car when she already doesn't like you, you're also beating up one of the main characters. That's not very good. Okay, that's a definite problem. Especially if Kurt Russell wasn't going to, he just sort of avoided the fact. Then she brings up of how she thinks Cliff Booth killed his wife. He's like, oh, come on, why'd you have to bring that up? That's a pretty chicken thing to do. So I don't know. And also, then she goes on to say that they're really only showing women not liking someone that supposedly, in your imagination, killed his wife. That's a worse reflection on the dudes in the movie gone, oh no, it's okay, it's fine. He may have killed his wife, and still, the freaking guy that Bruce Lee talks to is hanging over his coat and his sunglasses and hat. He goes, that guy killed his wife. And a freaked out tone, Kurt Russell doesn't like him because he killed his wife. So, it's not only women that don't like him. And also, the Manson family going next door from Sharon Tate's house to the neighbor's house. Sorry about my... What?
You're gonna have to wait until the stops.
Okay. Are you done?
Sorry I played with you.
Okay. So then she gets upset because, it really should be Sharon Tate's... It should be Sharon Tate's... Okay. It should be Sharon Tate's revenge of killing these guys. And that really, if the Manson family were to go to these actual two Hollywood men, which I would like to point this out because I have an extreme problem with what you're saying here. Did you notice Rick Dalton's wife almost knock out one of the Manson family members? You're gonna point that out? Because that was freaking awesome. Hey, you, knockout. Almost knockout, I should say. Okay, that's a big thing. And also, Brad Pitt, Cliff Booth, and his dog did most of it. It doesn't work with him. But just from that, dog starts mauling one guy to hell, tosses a can of dog food to the other. Rick Dalton's just out there listening to some Snoopy song. 10, 20, 30, he's not doing much. Then some beaten and bruised and almost completely killed Manson family member runs out and crashes into his pool. He just runs out to the tool shed and burns her with a flamethrower. So he didn't really do much except burn someone that was already injured. That's not much. And then you bring on to say that the Manson family, they were just betrayed as children when they couldn't spell helter skelter properly. And they also thought of Charles Manson sort of as their sort of dad kind of thing, and he was also known as Jesus Christ to them. So, yeah, definitely not very childish, totally super intelligent and all that. And if you're telling me that Sharon Tate was going to have a baby in 2 weeks and that she was supposed to be able to fight off 3 people with weapons, yeah, everyone would have just went, oh, okay, this was a good movie until now, because I don't believe any of this would happen. It's not that the 2 dudes did it and it's because they were men. No, it's because that they had flamethrowers and pit bulls and one guy was shooting off the whole movie to go to Spawn Ranch without a fear. Even though I thought that he might get killed, I was freaked out in the movie, but he didn't. He wasn't afraid of dying. He wasn't afraid of fighting Bruce Lee. He wasn't afraid of anything in that movie. That's probably why he accomplished fighting those guys. And also calling the Manson family accomplished murderers. That's sort of a pat on the back. Hey, good job. You accomplished your test. You did a good job. 10 out of 10, didn't get one question wrong. You're an accomplished murderer. You killed the people that you wanted to kill. Okay, great. And also, may I add, at the very end, it says, once upon a time in Hollywood, not the facts of Hollywood, or how the story went down, based on a true story. It never says that. It says, once upon a time. The literal thing that you say at the beginning of every Disney story. Beauty and the Beast. Once upon a time, there was a man in a castle that said, screw you to a witch, and then he became a beast. That's what happens when once upon a time. It's not real. It's not based off of something real. It's just sort of, hey, imagine if this happened, not this. Okay. I went on a bit of a rant on like what 8 different things, more than 8 different things. But it's because I will do more videos on this. Because I'm sick of this. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is a good movie, and I was gonna do this with The Kitchen, but that would require seeing it at the theater, and I don't want to torture myself on purpose. So thank you guys so much for watching. Check out some of my other videos. We should have a review for Stuber out. Bye bye.